You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Tonight, we pay off our third annual summer movie challenge with the results of the top box office this year. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth.
Our other participants, returning former coach, former mayor Jared Lowe made his picks for the very first time this year.
Former phenom Minecraft picker.
Didn't help me though.
Had we done this for the entire year, you would have really,
Yeah. Would have cleaned up.
yeah, you really would have.
And returning the crafty veteran, the OJ, Mr. Jesse Starcher is back.
Yes, by golly, thank goodness I can make it to at least to hear about who won this thing. I wasn't able to get in here when you guys originally did the episode because of other commitments, but
I forgot that.
I totally forgot.
Yeah, we did not go back and listen. Yeah.
well,
Yeah, you weren't here.
I'm glad I was missed.
So we made our picks of what the top 10 movies, plus a couple of wild cards, would be this summer. What would make the most money? Which blockbuster would reign supreme? And we made choices, came up with lists. There wasn't a huge discrepancy between all of them, but a few slots here or there can make a big difference. So you're going to learn who won tonight. And more importantly, did Jesse come in last place? That's really the only...
A lot of messages in the group chat trying to figure out how he could not get last place, and he had beautiful minded it a few times and figured if this happens and that, I can do this and that. And surely Cliff, who had Tron Ares on his list, is not going to beat me. But
Oh my gosh.
it was something. I'll go through here what ended up being the top 10 money makers of the summer. This was from the first weekend of May until this past weekend, Labor Day weekend. That's the traditional contest parameters. Free comic book day to Labor Day, basically. Number 10 was kind of the surprise of the summer. Honestly, this was the movie that snuck in there, and man, if it had a little more time, it would have been even higher. But it was Weapons from the guy that made Barbarian. This was a weapons horror movie. Made $135 million. It's a really good showing for a cheaply made movie, and it was a really good movie. It's kind of the movie of the summer for only being number 10 in money. It's the indie movie of the summer, I guess.
Yeah, we had all these big blockbusters on our list, but I remember saying there's going to be a movie we haven't even thought of that's going to surprise us all, and this is
this was it. Number 9, a little higher maybe than some of us would have thought. Final Destination: Bloodlines at $138 million, so just edging out Weapons. At number 8, we had F1: the movie at $188 million. And then just past it at number 7 was Thunderbolts Asterisk. I love punctuation. At $190 million, so just a couple million more. Number 6, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, $197 million. And then the top 5, we had at number 5, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake at quite a bit more, 200 and almost $63 million. Just past that is at number 4, appropriately, the Fantastic Four: First Steps, beating it by almost $4 million at $266.5 million. Then at number 3, Jurassic World: Rebirth, quite a bit more, $338 million. Then at number 2, popular pick in this group was Superman at $351, almost $2 million. And at number 1, the animated or live action version of the animated love movie Lilo and Stitch, about 70 more million. It was $423 million. That's the biggest money maker of the summer. So, and we had, I'll say we all got to pick 3 dark horses. If any of your just kind of extra picks, if something else was in the top 10, kind of got another chance to get a point. So I'll go ahead and list off the 11th, 12th, and 13th pick money wise. 11th was Freakier Friday at 82 million. The Bad Guys 2 at 74, and Elio dropped all the way down to 13th. That's basically $73 million. So everybody did pretty good. I mean, like, there was the weapons surprise, but there really wasn't any more surprises, really, other than placement. Like you said, like, as far as what people picked, I believe, let me see here. Out of the 13 picks that we each made, Jesse, 8 of them were in the top 13. 8 of his picks were in the top 13. Jared had 9 in the top 13. Cliff had 10 in the top 13, as did Jordan, and I had 12 out of 13. So weapons was the only one I had not picked. And then, well, you guys did all. Jared had Fantastic Four at number 1, correct? Did the other 3 of you guys have Superman? Is that?
Yeah, I had Superman.
Yeah, and I had Lilo and Stitch. So it really was pretty tight through. I mean, it wasn't tight, but there was a lot of potential. Jordan had a lot of potential throughout the summer. I kept waiting if that for something to happen, but basically our points came down to Jesse. Unfortunately, sorry, I hate to break it to you.
Dude,
in fifth place, former winner. This is the first year he won.
Yeah,
a couple years ago, but this year he had, out of a possible, I think the most points you could possibly get if you got all the top 10 in place, I think you have 106 points.
Yeah.
So out of 106, Jesse had 35.
Jesse ran the numbers. He knows. You don't have to tell him.
Right.
Cliff and Jared tied, I believe, at 40 points. So they tied for third place with 40 points. Jordan had them both beat by 24 points. He came in at 64 points. And I dare anyone to break my score in future
unreal.
contests.
Unreal.
At 78 points.
Run them down. Are you getting ready to? Is that what we're going to do? Okay, all right. Because this is insane.
Well, yeah. Basically,
my list looks amazing.
Your list is amazing. Yeah, you had if
4, 5, 6, and 7 are all right on the money, and 1 and 2 were only 1 spot off. What were your numbers that were so much better?
He loaded up the points on number 1 and number 10.
Yeah. No, I didn't get 10. Basically, if Superman would have got first place, Jordan would have won. Like, that would have made the entire difference in it. But he picked the wrong movie. Basically, why I had so many points is because I got the first 5 dead on. Lilo was 1, Soups 2, Jurassic 3, Fantastic 4 squeaked in there and flipped those perfectly for me. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 perfectly. I had 6 and 7 flipped, and I had 8 dead on. 9 and 10, I did not have. The one movie on my list that didn't make the top 13 for me was Ballerina. But I did have, I did get a point for Final Destination, and so ended up at 78.
What can I ask? Like, what were the winning scores in years past? Like, what? Give me some context here. Like, what was?
I don't know. We didn't go back and listen.
I mean, 78 feels like a
that's
heck
as
of a
high.
score.
That's by far the highest we've had. I think we were probably around 50 in the 50s. I believe was last year. I won with maybe 55, 57, something like that. But it's ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, what are the chances that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
What are the chances?
Right on the money. There's your first 5, right? Are right on the money.
Yep. 6 and 7 flipped, and 8 is. I got the top 8 with only 2 misplaced right there beside each other.
And that Fantastic Four stuff happening where
I was counting that down. I was like, this is going to be awesome.
When you pointed it out, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll never. There's no one's ever going to stop this ever.
And honestly, the 2 that I had flipped were Mission Impossible and Thunderbolts were only 7 million apart.
That's insane.
I was 7 million away from having the top 8 in a row. So I don't think I'm ever going to beat that. If you do, you should get 2 movies to make people watch.
Crazy.
But it was fun. The main thing is we had fun. I had fun up counting the scores up each time. I'm sure, Jesse used some AI algorithm to do his, but I just counted it old school. I had the fun. I just had it just counting up the points myself.
I had a spreadsheet. But I'll tell you that when I didn't want to go back and listen to the episode and count everybody and put it all down. So I took the episode and threw it into AI, and I said, chart this up for me. And I made a spreadsheet, and I was like, oh, okay. All right. And then I was able to keep track. And then that's obviously when I became invested.
I did about 2 weeks before it was over. I started counting down that spread on Fantastic Four passing How to Train Your Dragon. And it was like on the 20th, it was 12.9 million behind. Then 11-7, 10-8, 9-3, 5-3, 5-2, 4-7, 3-4. It was like just a million every day. It was so close. And then that this past weekend was when people went, got to go back to the theaters, and it jumped that like 5 million there. So it's great.
I'm curious. Round the table, did everybody go see at least one movie that they had picked?
Yeah, that's what's funny is you guys didn't even support them. I mean, how do you pick Fantastic Four and then I go watch it?
Oh, right.
That's bad.
I didn't see Lilo and Stitch. I saw Superman, Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, not How to Train Your Dragon, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible, F1, not Elio, Ballerina, Freaky Friday. I didn't watch. I don't think I saw Weapons. That was good.
Yeah, I saw 4, I think, because I saw Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, and Jurassic World. So they were all on my list. So, I think they were on everybody's list.
Yeah, I had a bad summer for going to the movies, so I saw absolutely nothing. Although Xander went and saw Weapons. And I know Valerie and the girls went to see Freaky Friday, so I contributed financially to some of them here, but I didn't go see them myself. So
all right,
yeah, I think my timing was pretty good with Lilo too. It got to use all of its time. Like it literally, the contest just ended and it dropped today on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I saw that tonight.
Not that it's been making any money the last few weeks.
Yeah.
It wasn't making money the last few weeks anyway, but it
certainly did.
It did have the summer. It did have the summer. It was there as an option almost the whole summer for people to go see.
When I went to go see Superman, there were droves of families still going to go see Lilo and Stitch instead of Superman.
Superman did great. Honestly, I kept making comments. I wasn't trying to jinx Jordan. I really believed that Lilo did not make enough money when it slowed down, and Superman was on fire. And I thought for sure it was going to pass it by this time, and then it just died on the vine. Like it just stopped after 3 weeks, and which was very surprising to me. Because people really liked Superman. It had a lot of good buzz, and people quit going. I don't know what happened.
Like I said, the theater, the predictions have gotten more difficult because people's patterns have definitely changed. And that was a bold pick. You know, a live action Disney Pixar favorite shouldn't be a crazy pick, but like some of these have bombed and some of these people hate, but this one just happened to click with people and they liked it and went and saw it. So I said it shouldn't be a crazy pick. And Superman still feels like it overperformed. Like it still feels like it could have, maybe not done what people thought it would, but it still feels good. And then I see things of like, Fantastic Four is at number 4. And I'm seeing headlines. What went wrong with Fantastic Four? It didn't make enough money or whatever. It's like it was the 4th highest grossing movie. And it's like, it didn't really make its budget back. It's like, what is going on in Hollywood?
I don't know. It's a mess.
Well, I think a big part of that is people were still comparing it to movies from, from numbers from 10 years ago, and people just don't go to theaters like that anymore. Well, they're just not going to.
You look at the top 10 here, and I just grabbed the domestic box office from today, or it's probably from yesterday or whatever. But anyway, total of those top 10 that we just talked about is $2.5 billion. And we know that we've seen movies in the past do $1 billion. Or come close to it. So maybe I'm thinking worldwide, but regardless, my goodness, I just don't think there was everybody went and saw Lilo and Stitch, it seemed like. And then they were just like, okay, am I going to go see another movie this summer? Maybe not, because, we have this one movie, Superman maybe. So, you got to be pretty dedicated to take the family out once a month. Even if you got a pretty good sized family, 2 kids or something like that, it's going to cost a little money.
$100.
It impacts the budget just a little bit. So it's an event nowadays, and unfortunately, it's just it can be a little too expensive and price people out a little bit. But we have one movie on here that was from August out of this top 10 that got released in August, and the rest of them were all May, June, and July. So August, again, we're trying to get hoping something really hits in August and moves up. So
it happened last year. Alien Romulus came in hot last year for me. Yeah. It was close last year. Like I said, Jordan, if Superman would have performed that extra bit, that one thing, he had so many right dead on also that it'd have been a great list for him also if that one change had happened.
You know who I blame? I blame the Smurfs. I only picked not in the top 30. It was Garfield last year. I put all my money on Garfield, and he let me down. Yeah, I did it with the Smurfs this year, and they boned me.
It's funny because I remember talking to Jordan right before we had recorded the episode, and you mentioned the Smurfs, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know about that pick." Like, I don't know if I'm feeling this. The Smurfs with this.
Like we said, if Cliff is skeptical about your Smurfs pick and he's confident about Tron
Ares,
which comes out in October, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
I wasn't super confident about a lot of the list. Like I never thought F1 would be a huge blockbuster.
Didn't even pick.
I thought it would come in about 8.
It just seems.
Didn't you?
This is my one chance. I am never going to be more right than right now. This is it. This is it. I fucking nailed it.
Yeah. I didn't pick. That's that's why I was hoping so hard that Elio would drop off, because I didn't pick Elio, and I think all of you guys did, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping Elio would drop off. Finally, it does, but it's Weapons that comes in and then knocks that off of there. But then I'm like, okay, how about Freakier Friday? Because that might give me something. Nope, it unfortunately can't beat Weapons. And also, I didn't pick F1. Jared, I don't think you took it.
I did not pick F1, no.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And that just seemed like a movie that I wouldn't expect to land. It was up there for a little bit. It's not, at number 8.
Yeah, some other picks you guys had that weren't anywhere were like Karate Kid Legends. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Megan.
Oh my god.
Megan, you guys both had.
Yep.
And Naked Gun didn't. Other than that, like we said, and we're all using the same picks here. It's just where they were.
Stupid John Wick movie. I'll never watch a John Wick movie now.
I thought for sure that was a good movie, actually. So it underperformed for sure. It definitely did, because it was good, and usually people go to those. So for some reason, they did not go to that. I wonder what it was. I can't put my finger on it. What was the problem? Anyway.
For validation purposes, where do you get your numbers from? Is like the box office mojo site or whatever? Is that? That's when that pun comes up when I Google or whatever.
Do you have different numbers than what I'm looking at? Or?
Well, I remembered I did go see a movie this summer, so I looked it up. It was the 35th anniversary re-release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And when I look at it, it just has like a hyphen. It's like there's no box office. It's like, well, I know we bought 3 tickets to that, so it should say $45. now I'm questioning the whole thing.
Yeah.
He had to pay with Book It tickets to get in.
Yeah, let's just say that didn't show up on my chart.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, I'll say, as the rookie here, I felt like I did okay. Maybe I'm in contention for Rookie of the Year.
You didn't get last.
We'll see. Yeah, I would say a few lessons from my rookie season here is this whole process, I had Lilo and Stitch number 1, and I chickened out at the end, and I ended up switching. So I would have had a much better score, I think, if I'd left Lilo and Stitch number 1.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll redo that math and tell you where you're at.
So I guess, trust my gut a little bit more. I kind of chickened out there at the end and ended up putting it at number 2. I probably didn't put as much thought into the timing of. I had Fantastic Four, obviously very high. It opened much later in the summer, maybe than some of these other ones. Then I just totally whiffed on a few. I would say the other lesson is.
Thank you. It's like you would have had 48 points if you flipped those two at the top.
Been a little better. Yeah, maybe I'd say F1. I totally whiffed on, and I had Jurassic World was kind of a surprise to me because I had that. I had it like 6 or 7 or whatever, but that one made tons of money.
Yeah, number 2.
Maybe I underestimated the impact of actual movie stars. Like that F1, it's like people just want to go watch a Brad Pitt movie. Scarlett Johansson is a huge box office star. She's like has the highest box office than anyone.
That's not the draw.
In history.
Dinosaurs.
Well, I know dinosaurs, but okay, Jurassic Park is like the most impactful movie of my life. I love that movie more than anything. Yeah. It came out on like my 10th birthday I was a dinosaur kid. I was like the annoying 7-year-old walking around talking about dinosaurs all the time. I love that movie more than anything, but I didn't really like any of those like newer ones.
Nobody likes them, but everybody goes see them. Yeah. Everybody loves dinosaurs. Kids love dinosaurs. So they're like, I want to go see the dinosaur movie.
Okay, then my last lesson is I forgot my inner child. So that's what I'll learn going forward.
I learned that after the first year. Well, even the first year, because like one of those Fast and the Furious movies had come out that summer, and I can't stand those movies. And I'm just like, who keeps going to watch this crap? And it's just like, ooh, cars, Vin Diesel. They go fast. That's
People like cars and dinosaurs.
There's no thinking behind it. They will just go and drive.
Oh, that's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, we did it.
Congratulations.
So,
what a showing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pretty proud of that. Anyway, the stakes. The stakes were, as I remember them, that you get to make everybody else watch a movie. There was fine print, guys. There was fine print I didn't know about. I had all set up, had me a handful of Blu-rays and a 4K. And you guys are going to watch this movie exactly how I want. And it's my one chance to curate an experience. And it didn't work out because Cliff doesn't have a Blu-ray player. Shocking twist to the summer. Shocking twist.
Yeah, I found
He has
one.
a Blu-ray. He had a DVD, and then he had a Blu-ray player. He doesn't have remotes. He throws the remotes away.
Yeah, they were in the garage. I don't have no idea what happened to the remotes. Yeah,
this wasn't a situation where he could have plugged it in and pushed play because there was some setup involved. So I had to. That idea was scorched earth. So I just had to pick a movie on the fly because we had just a few days. So I did pick a movie that is in my top 100, which, I kind of gave up on. We can't have nice things. You can't have anything the way you want. I was like, I did kind of grab a movie and asking people if they've seen it and this and that. And I was like, yeah, it's good enough. And then after I told everybody, I realized that you had to pay for it. It was not streaming on anything that I knew of. And I was like, that's all right. A 5-month bet, surely $4. People can cough up $4. So I didn't feel too bad about it because I had catered a different idea that I was trying for. So much to my dismay, everyone probably watched it in a well-curated Pluto with ads every 5 minutes, just as I would want.
Yeah, we got to experience it.
If I'd known that, I would have not picked that fucking movie.
Oh, that's
it basically is like against
my favorite
everything.
character. My favorite character in the movie was the Limu Emu.
Yeah. When you said that, it's on Pluto, I basically just wanted to throw my phone across the road. And
I was so happy to hear that, and I was like, yes, I love Pluto.
So basically,
oh man,
I don't know if I either don't ever want to do this again, or we straighten some shit out here. Like this, I did not get to win as far as I'm concerned. I didn't get what I wanted out of this, which was for people to watch a movie the way I wanted to watch it. You can't get, we all the time, suggest movies to each other. And it's like, I, of course, am the one who's like, but you got to watch it like this specifically. But you can never get anybody to do that unless, maybe you win a contest. And you're like, they will happily do it then, because they're not welchers. They're going to do their best to do it. And it still didn't work out. So, blah. Wow. But anyway. So with ads, everybody watched Jeff Who Lives at Home.
I can't help but wonder about my fate, my destiny.
What if there's no wrong numbers? Maybe it's always the right number.
Hello?
Mom?
Jeff?
Hi.
You know you're supposed to say hello when you pick up the phone. Get off that couch or you're going to find someplace else to live.
Just kind of in the middle of something right now, Mom.
Jeff, what do you do in the basement? You're not cleaning it.
You really want to know? You didn't like it last time we had this conversation.
Okay, no, you're right. I don't.
I got a phone call from Randy at Millennium Porsche.
We're not getting a Porsche.
You're just like in this mindset.
We don't have the money.
Yeah, that's the mindset I'm talking about.
Pat.
Surprise.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
That's exactly it.
Jeff, Pat? I was on the truck. The truck came here. Now you're here. I was meant to have a meeting with Destiny.
Mom called. She's really pissed.
Jeff's stuck. Maybe you could get him moving.
Once again, I have to pick up your slack.
What is wrong with you? Why do you want to live like this? Drifting through this life with no awareness.
What are you talking about?
Pat, who's that guy your wife's with? Why don't you just go in there and talk to her?
Oh my God, you have no idea how adult relationships work, do you? I need to find out exactly what's going on so I'll have the upper hand later.
Something really big is happening here. My wife is having an affair.
We don't know that yet. Let's follow this and see where it leads.
I'm gonna break down the door.
That's a terrible idea.
I've seen you try to do things physically.
Oh!
I hate my kids right now. I don't know when that happened. They were so cute.
I've been having this really weird dream about Dad lately. He says, Pat, what's the greatest day in the history of the world? And I'm like, Dad, I don't know. And he just looks at me and he smiles.
He says today.
How'd you know that?
Isn't the most important thing finding someone who sees you exactly as you are?
Yeah.
I just want to feel that we both want to, like, be in love. I want it so bad.
Dude, you need to say that to her.
Stay in the car. I am fine. Yes, thank you for asking. Good.
A Duplass Brothers movie from, maybe 13, 15 years ago that is heartwarming to me. I remember the first time I saw it, I was really affected by it, even though it's not a perfect movie. It's clunky. There's some storyline that I feel like kind of sticks out as a different thing, but it's the overall story is I really like, and this kind of is kind of a thing with Duplass guys, like just thinking the bigger picture and life, and ultimately, what are we doing here? What are we building towards? And I just really enjoyed this movie. I kind of picked it. I was like, well, if I can't get Cliff to watch this movie, I'll at least pick a movie that I think he might like. I could make people watch movies just to make them, but I was like, I'll find something that I think everyone will at least find something to enjoy in it. If you can get into it. That's where I was like, not loving the commercials. Because I was like, if you really get down and let this movie wash over you, and you get in the vibe of these characters and what ultimately is going on, which is a guy who is just lost, and he just feels like he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing, and he smokes a bowl, and he's a big pothead and just kind of doesn't have anything going on in his life. And man, I know a lot of people like that. I think, wow, they should watch this movie. I bet they're sitting there, man, I had something. If I knew what I was supposed to be doing, they're spacing out thinking, man, if I just had one thing I was, meant to do, But yeah, it starts off with him talking about signs in that respect, and the movie Signs, and just like he's looking for a sign. He looks for a sign in everything in his life. And he and his brother, who are very different, and they kind of clash, and their father has died. So there was a lot of that in this movie. Like if you've lost someone, if you've lost a parent, or just are grieving for someone in your life, this has something for you in it. If you just, if you have sibling relationships, or, that may be stressed, there might be something in this for you. Like, and just ultimately him following the signs throughout the movie to figure out what he's supposed to be doing, and whether they do mean anything, or maybe they mean something else, and all that. And ultimately, again, I always care about a good ending, and I love this ending. Just the way they shot it and how it builds up into something you're not expecting. What did you guys think about this movie? Oh boy.
I've got notes. I don't want to step on anybody right now. So,
it's weird because, as a only child, with, fortunately haven't lost either parent. Yeah, I took it as, I guess, I'm big. I've said I like Jason Segel a lot in movies and things he does, and I liked him in this one. Ed Helms, from The Office. I thought, okay. When it came on, I thought, oh, this is probably like some kind of sleeper comedy. Got going on here vibes. I immediately could not stand Ed Helms in this movie. Like the character. The character.
Yeah.
He basically just plays Toby.
Yes.
It's the movie is even filmed like The Office, which is kind of annoying. So smash into your face and back out,
Yeah, he really. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can sit here through if he's gonna, this is the dude in this movie through the whole thing. He was just such a jerk, so pathetic. But it felt a little bit like 3 different movies to me, with the storyline with the mom and then those 2, and one with the marriage, and the other one I took it as more of a, I guess, letting the universe guide him through it rather than waiting on the universe to tell him to do anything. But yeah, I mean, I hadn't seen the movie before. I liked it. The ending really, I felt like the ending was way better than the rest of the movie at times. Cause it did take a turn, and I was like, and again, I was like, oh, it's a totally different movie now. With this stuff going on. But yeah, I mean, overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It didn't affect me at all with ads or anything like that. So yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I feel like I grew up watching TV, movie of the week, NBC Sunday night movie. Like, I'm used to commercials.
Yeah.
If I'd had to pay for this, I probably would have knocked the star off my review, because it would be like, hey, this better be worth it. Like, I'd go in like already critical. Like, I'm paying money for this, so this better entertain me. I turn on Pluto.
I wonder what's wrong with the movie industry. Wonder why we're having trouble. It better be free.
Ads did nothing to hamper my enjoyment of it, for sure. And yeah, I'd seen it before, but it had been a long time. I kind of forgot the Susan Sarandon arc. That was interesting. I saw a little criticism online of that, of more modern, like, that's not how these relationships work. But I don't know. It still felt kind of sweet and kind of, didn't feel outlandish to me. And I like her a lot. And then, yeah, there's the 2 actors. Ed Helms is unlikable. Like, he was performing his part very well, because he's supposed to be, the jerk brother. You rubs you the wrong way. So yeah, I thought both of them pretty much nailed it, for sure.
Yeah, I had same thing. I'm pretty sure I had seen this, but probably 10 plus years ago. So I did not have a great memory of what happened. The weird thing is, like, as soon as the Susan Sarandon story kind of starts in motion, I was like, oh wait, I remember I remembered kind of the twist of that part of it. But I didn't really remember the ending, which was much more impactful. But yeah, for whatever reason, I'd kind of forgotten the ending part. I think the biggest kind of roadblock to me, was the Ed Helms character was so unlikable. It was kind of difficult to, and I know that, again, that's the point, and you learn some lessons in the movie.
It's a strike against him that he did such a good job. I think, like, they're both, they're both suffering from the loss of their father, and Jeff is like trying, he even says, like, that I've always thought there was a reason for that. Like, why did that happen? What does that mean for me? And he was never finding out. And I think that his brother's just dealing with it in a different way, like trying to fill those holes with a Porsche and, anything else except concentrating on his family and things. He's just, he's dealing with it in another way. And until ultimately there's just too many coincidences going on that he's able, when they're at like they're at their father's grave, and trying to, they're still struggling with it. But ultimately, he's like, I just want to be like, I want to see the world like you see it, because nothing is working. All the ways I'm doing it are not working. And maybe, I need to stop being a jerk and try to look at things in your, flighty, fanciful way. But, maybe it's something else to try. And man, the culmination of that is that taxi ride at the end where they are getting to bond, and he's like, he's ready to take any sign, like, he's fully on board now. And, the traffic stops on the bridge. He's like, what is this? What is it? Is it a sign? He's like, he's like, I don't know. You just kind of got to go with your gut, It's like, what am I going to stop now? And he's just where they're connecting that way. And he's finally seen that. And Jeff is just he's like, whatever happens, if we don't get to connect again today, I'm just so proud of you. And just like, I just couldn't get it just really in the back of my mind, the whole movie was that, they spent a lot of time in the opening credits showing the family pictures, and they have lost their father, and it has impacted their whole lives. And that's what you're seeing throughout the movie, how each of them is dealing with it poorly, and Jesse, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I really, this is the first time I watched it. So I didn't know what I was getting. I think I'd heard about it, but I didn't know anything about it. And jumping into it, and I love the movie Signs too, believe it or not. It's one of my favorites. And I think there's, so right off the bat, it's kind of speaking to me. Like, we got this guy, and then we zoom out and he's on the toilet. I don't know if he's keeping an audio diary or what he's doing here, but
I pictured that made me think of you. This is what Jesse's doing probably.
I love the movie Signs. But there is, obviously what's being said to me here, we see Jeff, who is just looking for something. He believes there's something for him to do. What is it? What can I do? What is my purpose? I think
it's not to fix the slat on the cabinet like his mom has been wanting him to do.
Right.
It can't be that. So it's just anything else. He's just reaching for anything else except getting his life together.
He gets the random phone call. Put this name in your head. Kevin. Click.
Knife.
He's sitting there. Yeah, he's trying to.
Nivik. Right. He's just standing there. I just love the shot of him. He's like, this is it. This is a sign. He's standing there leaning on the edge of the counter eating a Pop-Tart. Like, really thinking. His expressions, like, you could see the wheels turning. What is this?
It's kind of tough to give. I mean, granted, he doesn't have a whole lot going on, but it's kind of tough to give yourself up to something like that. To be like, okay, this means something. I'm going to just randomly start following things that seem to connect to it. But he does that, and what you start to realize through the movie is it's working. This is actually, and for him, it probably feels just fantastic that all these things are happening. And
yes, I got beat up.
Well, he's feeling validated. Kevin with Kevin on the back of his jersey. For crying
just because he sees these things, and yes, it seems like they're leading him somewhere, but they lead him to bad things. But ultimately, at the same time, it keeps leading him back to his brother. They keep finding themselves together, and it seems like coincidence the whole time. You're like, but this is that's the thing. Is that why would it lead them to the same place every time?
Right. And
I like when they're at the gravesite, and like he's telling him. Pat's telling him his dream. I have this dream about Dad and blah, blah, blah. And he finishes the end of the dream, and he's the guy's like, oh, well, we must. He's like, we're having the same dream.
Right.
And you still don't want to believe in it, in this,
Right. a lot of people are just kind of stuck in their own muck. They're not going to feel like something like that matters. It clearly is something that is paranormal almost, that you'd be having the same dream as the other guy and somebody wants to rationalize it. And when you look at Pat, look at how much rationalization has got him. He's not got a great marriage. He's trying, just like you said, to fill holes with Porsches that he immediately wrecks. Oh my gosh, that car going right into the tree about broke my heart. It's hilarious though, because he'd been drinking, and of course he finds out that his wife is having an affair or thinking about having an affair. She's definitely in the middle of possibly having an affair. I do want to shout out, I'm watching the credits roll and I see the name Ray Dawn Chong, which I remember her from, it was Commando. And I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't seen her. I'm sure she's been in other stuff, but my goodness, I haven't seen her in forever. Let's see, what other notes do I have here? I mean, the Porsche is almost a character. You watch it get wrecked, and then it gets towed. You see him running down the road trying to save this thing from getting towed. Today is the greatest day in the history of the world. Good quote.
Yeah.
Good quote. Kevin's candy. Jeff is on the back of the candy van, and it ends up taking him to the hotel. And he's like, well, and he runs into his brother there.
Yeah, that felt like such a Jason Segel typical moment, because he's so big, and he always references
like when he hides him behind the machine.
He's like, I'm gigantic.
Yeah, he's like talking about all the Porsches. He's like, this car's small. He's like, you're Sasquatch,
Yeah, that always cracks me up, because he's very awkward, being so much larger, it seems like, than the situation. But yeah, I mean, I like that. I like Pat being, he just had such a douchebaggy look to him, with the goatee and the stupid job, shirt on, and the whole movie. I was just like, ugh, you're terrible.
He needs saving, and
yes.
I think that's just like you said, that was the point of the character, was to make you think, this guy needs something to try and turn his life around.
Let's go ahead and give a spoiler warning here, because we're going to talk about the ending, because it is the best part. So spoilers, go watch this movie if you're interested. It's on Pluto. That hurts to say, but it's on Pluto.
Pluto executives are like, the downloads have spiked to 10 times the number of downloads.
In Uganda,
they're all watching Jeff, who lives at home. What is going on?
But in the end, Pat has succumbed to this, and they sit in the bathtub, there at the hotel after his wife leaves, and he's just like, I just want to be in love again. I want to, tell her I love her and all this. He's like, just do it. Tell her. That will work. You need to go do that. And so they're going on a taxi. They're going to go to her, to his mother-in-law's, and they're just on their mission when the traffic stops them. And he's like, well, I'm going for it. I can't wait for this to clear up. I got to go catch her. And he's like, I'm proud of you. And he takes off. And he just the way they filmed this, of how everyone is there at once. Like Pat's running up through there, and the mom is there with her new friend, that they're following their whims also. They're going to go to New Orleans, I think, or whatever. They're just, everybody's following the signs, basically. And, Pat passes her, and so she starts chasing him. And then he finds his wife, and, they all get together as, Jeff's like telling the taxi driver, I don't, he's kind of realizing the signs all kept leading him back to his brother. And he was just like, I I thought it was going to be something else. I thought it was going to be more exciting. Maybe it was about him, basically. And then just the recognition on his, you hear the helicopter, he looks up, and then the recognition on his face after he gets out and looks and he sees something. And just when they are all together at the wife's car and Susan Sarandon goes, "Oh, Jeff's here." And he is booking it. Like the stoner guy in the basketball shorts and the hoodie is running as fast as he possibly can. And man, my whole body is tingling. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I see that moment is a rush, because you don't know, even when it still gets me, but at the time, you do not know what he's running towards. It's his destiny. That's all you know, and he gets there and jumps off and in the water and immediately pops up with two girls. And the car's sinking, and then he goes back for their dad. And, Pat gets there and looks and it yells for, someone comes up and he's like, "Jeff." And he turns around, it's not him. It's the dad. He has to go in after him and save him. And so well filmed. When they're all waiting for them to come up, and it takes forever. And finally he pops up without him. And just a second later, there's like almost like a buoy. Out comes, Jason Segel, unconscious. Best puking up river
water.
That I don't know how they did that. That was a lot of brown water that shot out of him.
That looked like Ohio River.
Yeah, exactly. That was a mud skingum right there. I was like, that was very well done. And he says, "What happened?" And Pat says, "Everything." Like, everything happened. And that's like the culmination of the movie for me is like everything's fixed because of this. I mean, they get back, it just, as the music plays, you see, later it's maybe the mom's birthday and they're getting along together. She's getting along with her new friend, and
what got me was the two little girls.
That's what I'm saying. He sits down to watch TV and is eating his Pop-Tart again. And they say, "This guy came out of nowhere and saved us and saved our dad." And the girl is just like, "I can't even imagine what it would be like if we lost our dad." And he's like, you can read on his face, he knows what that would be like. And he got to stop that from happening to somebody else. And he gets up and fixes the thing he was supposed to fix his mom wanted. It's like he's finally back on track. Whatever was plaguing him, they finally had to fulfill his destiny. I love it. I love it. I love that shit, So I hope you guys felt some of that there at the end. Like,
yeah,
that's all you can do when people share movies with someone else. When we try to tell each other, "Watch this" or "Watch that," I love that movie. It's really just, you're trying. You can't make people love the same thing you love. That not everybody would be like, "This is not my number one favorite." We'd all have the same list. That's not how it works. But you're just trying to show some people things you connected to, and hope maybe by you showing to them, they might find something that they connect with, or see something about you, learn something about you. And so that's all I wanted. I was hoping you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, I was going to say the ending was very effective to me. I thought it was, I really enjoyed that. And to me, I likened it to, I honestly don't know that I've seen very many of those Duplass Brothers movies. That might be the only one I've ever seen.
I know what you're going to say.
What am I
Safety Not Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. But I don't think they didn't even direct that one. I don't think, but they were involved, obviously. But
it's Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah, to me, I have a soft spot for a movie that's able to be kind of whimsical and funny and like kind of goofy, and then just punch you in the gut. And to me, I think Taika Waititi does that in his movies better than anybody. So especially his like non-Thor movies. So my favorite movie is his is Boy, like one of his first movies. If you've never seen, that'll be I'll make you watch that when I win this next year. But boy, does that Hunt for the Wilder People. Jojo Rabbit is probably the one that most people have seen. If you've watched that, it's it's funny and it's goofy and he's got a funny Hitler, and then it, like, 3/4 of the way through, you just get absolutely punched in the gut. So that, I felt like this movie kind of did that a little bit of, it was, kind of funny, and it was interesting to see how things were connecting, and, we could laugh at Ed Helms being an idiot, but yeah, the ending kind of punches you in the gut, and I don't know, I like that. I like that in the movie, so it worked for me. So, yeah.
All right, we did it. So I got to try this again next year. So, figure something out. It's a struggle. Whenever they want you to think you're going to win, it's just like, oh, what am I going to have them watch? This is my one chance. I may never win again. So I don't know that I satisfied what I was trying to do, but I am glad you guys watched this. And
I feel like 78 point, man, that might be like that's like a 56 game hit streak. That's one of those records that might never be broken, that'll be our goal.
Up there somewhere. But it's going in the annals. I'll tell you that.
The annals.
Record
right in them.
Lift those up to the rafters. All right, guys, summer's over. That's it. Wrap it up.
Nuts.
But before you know it, it'll be January, and we'll be doing our movie preview.
Yeah,
that's the truth. It happens fast.
Well, thank you for participating, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Jared, anything to decree?
Thanks for calling me up to the show this year, giving me a chance.
Hopefully
I
did good game
enough to stick around.
Yeah, that one good game in the minors. We thought we better get him up here now. Well, he's hot. We're sending Jesse back to AAA.
Yeah, right.
Is this European football? He's relegated.
Yeah, we should relegate him and see if.
Gosh,
he can play, but he can't win.
We
let him play to get back in, and I like that. That's pretty good.
I remember when we started the thing, or we were talking about it. We were getting ready to do our picks. You said, you come at the King, you best not miss. And I sent a picture of Bullseye, and then you sent a picture of Bullseye. And you're talking about Bullseye from Toy Story. And I was like, oh, that's real funny. And then I go and turn around and do last place. And I am not going to talk any crap again. We'll just put it that way, because I've jinxed myself horribly. So
I should have went back and looked what places we got the other years.
This will just keep you hungry, Jesse. This will keep the fire lit. Every week you'll be like checking the box office numbers. You'll be like training all the off season. Come in here next summer.
You gotta want it. We'll get lazy. I probably won't even pay attention to movies for the next year. I won already. Two in a row, back to back. Boy, I get lazy. It doesn't even feel like it's special.
The thrill is gone.
Yeah.
I'll win next season, and I'll still feel like I lose.
That gets you back in. That you can't win.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. I'll win with 70 points, and I'll still feel like I lose because you got 78 this season. 76, whatever.
Yeah, 78. You're right.
70. Oh, okay. All right. 52.
Yeah.
Where can people find you, sir?
Well, let me tell you. Right now, if you are a listener to the Source Material Comics podcast, you can usually find that on just about any podcatcher, or head over to YouTube. You should be able to find the Source Material Comics podcast over there. I am in the midst of celebrating the 30th anniversary of Black September. And I don't know if you guys remember what Black September was, but it was that dark time when Marvel Comics bought Ultraverse, or Malibu. And I never read the event, and I have been releasing an episode each day to kind of talk about what's happening in every issue leading up to Black September. And then we are going to be talking about the first round of issues that Marvel released for the Malibu Ultraverse characters. So now I think I'm up to like day 5 of release and stuff sequentially. So if you are interested in that part of history, it happened 30 years ago. Black September, check it out. Yeah, that's Unspoken Issues. That's the 90s comics podcast that I run, and then the Source Material Comics podcast where we do comics of any era. We are in the middle of talking the whole Darth Vader saga. Came out of Marvel Comics. We just did Vader Down, which was really good. And then the next up we'll be finishing out the rest of that volume, or that series, I should say. There's a lot of comics all at once. Yeah, check that out. That'll be happening, I think, here in about a couple weeks. And then, of course, me and Evan Bevins get together once a month, and we talk Marvel Snap. If you have Marvel Snap on your mobile device and you'd like to hear me and Evan, I don't know, talk about it and get things wrong, and then, have a fun time making fun of ourselves the next week or next month because we got it screwed up, well, check that out. It's a lot of fun. It's about 4 episodes a month. So that's what I've got going on. I appreciate you guys having me and let me play. Thanks.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you out there for listening. Check out our Patreon. Get a shirt. We got shirts.
That's right.
What's that place called?
That is TeePublic.
TeePublic. Buy a shirt, get an email every day for the rest of your life.
Yes, that's how it works.
I placed an order, and they really want me to order again.
They text me every day.
They text you. Was that 15% off worth the text? I never signed up for that crap.
They are high quality shirts, though. They're really nice. I like the one that I got.
They're the Pluto of t-shirts.
Come with ads.
That's apt.
They do. I got some myself. Was really happy with them, so I've worn them a couple times already. And it's fun. I think I wore it to the Columbus Toy Show a few weeks ago. So absolutely check it out. Just search like You Down with KPP, Ka-Pow, Pop Culture Podcast. You'll find us on there somewhere. So got a few different designs. You can get your own Jukebox Bissling t-shirt. And who doesn't want one of those? So, there you go.
This has been the 2025 Summer Movie Challenge. My name is Jordan Blue.
Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. Hey, guys, if we don't get today another chance to connect, I just want to say I'm really proud of you guys. So, good job.
Thanks for listening to Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. The best way to support the show is by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/YouDownWithKPP. Catch every episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen. And check us out online at podbean.com/Ka-Pow. Stay connected with us on YouTube and TikTok for extra content, or send us an email anytime at kapowthepopculturepodcast@gmail.com. All sounds, clips, and media played are the property of their copyright holders. All original content is the property of Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. We'll be back soon with more fun, more laughs, and more pop culture. But until then, ask everybody you know. You down with KPP?
Ka-Pow, the Pop Culture Podcast. I know that outro.
Do you? You think you do?
But did you notice he removed but please no. Most of our content will always be free.
What?
The please no is gone.
He's so upset about that.
Yeah. I noticed right away when it disappeared. But please no.
Yeah, you better be requesting and saying,
that should be on a T-shirt, but please no.
But please no. Please no. Please understand. For the love of all that's holy.
That's right.
Most of our content will be free.
That's right. Always be free.
Always.
Right.
Always. Break time. All right, give me one to switch up. Where do you guys want it to be? I got a spreadsheet right here. I'll tell you just if you want me to switch one up, I'll do it and we'll see what the points were. Give me one.
Take Smurfs on it.
I'm not gonna make much of an impact.
Jesse, if I would have not picked Tron at number 10 and had put my next one up there, would have been Final Destinations.
So you would have had Final Destination at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
So then you would have been one off, I believe, because it ends up at 9. So that would have got you. Let's see. So
1 point.
Well, that would end up being it's a Final Destination. Yeah, it gets you. Because if you're off 1, you get 7 points. But a bunch of other people had Final Destination as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that would have boosted you up there a little bit there for sure. 47, I think. 47 is what you would have had.
What?
He was asking about Final Destination. If he would have took Final Destination instead of Tron Ares. So he would have been only one off on that.
Yeah.
That would have helped.
It helped.
Well, I mean, and it wouldn't have helped me any, I don't think. Actually, no. I'm sorry. If I would have had 7 there too, because I had it at number 9. Nope, I did not.
Nope.
My bad. I did not have it
No,
at
you
all.
did not.
I did
it
not
was
have
not
it
on
at
there at
all.
all.
So I wouldn't have. You would have beat me, put me further in last place.
Yeah.
Who had Nobody 2? Did somebody have Nobody 2?
I had it.
Jesse.
Okay.
I had it as a dark horse.
I think that was the lowest earning one that anyone had on any of this.
Oh, wow. Really rub it in.
Well, I was looking because that one only made 21 million. Then I see Megan 2, which I had as dark horse, would have been right neck, like 24 million.
Where is I Know What You Did Last Summer? It's like at 7.
And then Smurfs, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer was like 31 and 32 million. So those were all. Well, I'm just trying to. I was looking at the
Teenage
list.
Mutant Ninja Turtles made $45.
Yeah, that's the lowest.
I hit 0 dark horses. I think each. No, Jordan didn't hit a dark horse either. I don't think, but everybody else had a dark horse, at least one dark horse on there. In the top 10. Couple of you, Cliff, Seth went with Final Destination, and then Jared, you also had Final Destination. So that was what looks to be the only dark horse I think anybody.
I even had Bad Boys 2 in my top 13 there, and it was in there.
Yeah, I saw. I was worried about that too. I kind of was, but where did it end up?
That's worse than Tron because Bad Boys 2 came out 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They can get
bad guys, whatever.
Please know